Well, howdy, Crossroads, and happy Taco Tuesday. I'm 25 News Now Sunrise meteorologist Parker Cox, taking a little gander at what you could expect for the rest of your Taco Tuesday this afternoon. A little hint there, you could actually expect a little rain today and maybe even a little thunder as well. We'll take a look at what the rain situation is looking like here in a second, but we're also going to take a look at what your forecast is looking like for next week as well, because a little hint in that area, we may have already tropical activity that may maybe warrant your attention for next week. So we're going to look at that as well. But first things first, we're going to start out with the rain. See what that's looking like for us today. You can see here's noontime on your future tracker here. Going into the afternoon time, there's actually, as the time of recording this, it's about 11:20, 11:21 on your Terrific Tuesday. There are already a few scattered showers out there right now, kind of spotty in nature, I should say, rather, instead of scattered. But I do think we're going to see an uptick in scattered development as we go into the afternoon hours with more daytime heating commencing with the sun. Here's 1 p.m. You can see going into the afternoon time, maybe a little bit more scattered development. Here's 2 p.m. Definitely more scattered development with, like I said, maybe 30% coverage, but I might actually even bump it up to 40% chance for today, if it pans out like this. But here's 3 p.m. You'll also see a little bit of pink on the radar. That usually means hail. Don't worry about severe weather. We're going to look at that risk here in a second. 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and say I do believe we're going to have some scattered showers around the area until about 4, maybe 5 p.m., but I'm originally just going to go ahead and say 4 p.m. is right around the cutoff time for when I think the rain activity will start dying off. But here's 5 p.m. by the time you're getting off work. 6 p.m., like I said, rain activity should be cutting off as we go into the evening time. 7 p.m., 8, and 9 p.m., where we'll be dying back down to partly cloudy skies for the overnight time tonight. And like I was saying, here's your severe weather outlook for today, Tuesday. You can see the main risk is going to be up in the North Texas area around the DFW Metroplex, my stomping grounds, that's where I'm from, where they have a slight hail and wind risk. But us in the Crossroads, we're not included in any of that, not even the level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. However, there could be a couple thunderstorms that develop this afternoon, so I want to let y'all know with a moderate amount of energy sitting over our heads, we could see 1 or 2 stronger thunderstorms that develop that could contain some small hail, less than half an inch, I'm thinking, in diameter. Maybe some strong wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour as well. Other than that, we're looking at a little bit of heat for today with the sun peeking through the clouds and the late afternoon time. Temperatures by noon already upper 80s, but in the afternoon, most of us will be looking for a high temperature around 90 flat for today. I'm thinking about 90 exactly in Victoria, 91 in Cuero, and about maybe 89 today in Port Lavaca. Overnight tonight, we'll drop our lows back into the warm mid and upper 70s. However, over the next several days, the heat is going to stay with us, and it's actually going to build as we go into next week. So I want y'all to please stay cool and hydrated. With high pressure overhead, that's going to send a lot of sinking, compressed air down on top of us at the surface, and that's what's going to cause us to enter a bit of a heating trend as we go into this weekend and next week, with high temperatures in the Crossroads reaching back into the mid and upper 90s, possibly even low to mid 100s as we go into late next week and into next weekend. However, with high pressure building over us in South Texas and over the southern continental United States, that's going to it's going to actually flatten the jet stream out, and that is going to allow for the development of what's called a subtropical high pressure system in the Atlantic Ocean. You can actually see it right here, as depicted by this little circle shape right there. Usually that forms in the mid to late summertime. We're talking like late July, mid-July time frame, maybe August. And that usually is what causes an uptick in tropical activity. But with it forming next week, we already have our first batch of possible tropical activity, y'all. So here's the latest situation that I'm seeing. As of right now, I have a very, very low 5% confidence, 5% chance that a tropical system will develop in this little yellow shaded area here, to which I have actually extended a little bit further west, some few hundred miles since I saw y'all yesterday on Monday, because of the latest computer model runs. And I'm going to show you that here in a second, but this is my confidence area. This is the National Hurricane Center, that's 10%. They actually have a system forming with a 10% chance of that happening in the next 5 days over here off the East Coast, but that's not coming our way, so I don't want y'all to worry about that. But what I was getting on about is I have this low 5% confidence right here. However, if we go to the Weather Prediction Center and see what they're talking about here, you're going to see they think they have a greater than 20% chance for this next week. Here's June 11th through June 17th. You can see right here in the Western Caribbean and Southern Gulf, they have this greater than 20% chance for tropical cyclone formation probability. So I also want to let y'all know that this latest outlook was issued last Tuesday, 5/27. That's May 27, y'all. So every one of these outlooks is issued every Tuesday. So a new outlook will be issued by this Tuesday afternoon. So stay tuned for tomorrow on Sunrise, or you can tune in with them again tomorrow afternoon, of course, if you're in a bit of a rush, for the latest update on the tropics, which could very well increase this confidence rating as we go into tomorrow. So stay tuned for the latest updates on that. But we have the confidence rating very, very low right now at that 5% because there is only a single computer model out there that is suggesting tropical development, and it's the GFS, the American Computer Model, suggesting this development by mid to late next week here in the southern Gulf of Mexico. So for the latest on the tropics and for the latest on the forecast in the crossroads, make sure to tune in again to 25 News Now at 5, 6, 9, and 10 on ABC 25, and again also at Fox 19 at 9 o'clock tonight. But for the latest updates from me, meteorologist Parker Cox, make sure to, first of all, follow me on Facebook, Meteorologist Parker Cox. That's my handle. I actually post a lot of timely tropical updates on there throughout the entire hurricane season. I also post a lot of severe updates as well during severe season, which we're still technically in. But more importantly, follow me on there, and also you can tune in again with me tomorrow morning on Sunrise between 5 to 7 a.m. So until I see y'all tomorrow for Weather Wednesday, y'all have a terrific Taco Tuesday, and gig 'em.